Hello and welcome to Reality Check, where we go in-depth behind the big story of the day. Tonight, the BJP's choice for president, tokenism or masterstroke. Now, it's fair to assume that at about 2 p.m. this afternoon, the name of Ram Nath Kovind became one of the most searched items on the internet after the BJP President Amit Shah announced Mr. Kovind's name as the party's choice of candidate as the next president of India. In this, the BJP appears to have followed the Pratibha Patil template adopted by the Congress. Like Ms. Patil, Mr. Kovind, who's currently serving as Governor of Bihar, was a virtual unknown. Like her, he too has done a stint in the Rajya Sabha. Like her, he too represents the politics of identity. While Pratibha Patil's selection was billed as a chance to elect the first woman president of India, Mr. Kovind, the lawyer by training, is from the Dalit community. Now, Amit Shah, of course, claimed that Mr. Kovind is more than suited for the job. But his rivals and even some of his allies seem to have other views.
राष्ट्रपति पद के चुनाव में एनडीए के प्रत्याशी के रूप में आज श्री रामनाथ कोविंद गवर्नर बिहार का नाम तय किया गया है।
जो लोग विपक्ष के लोग हैं और अपने को प्रोग्रेसिव कहते हैं, उन तमाम लोगों को जो अपने को प्रगतिशील मान करके रखते हैं, सबको समर्थन करना चाहिए और जो नहीं समर्थन करेंगे माना जाएगा कि ये दलित विरोधी हैं।
इनके दलित होने के नाते इनके प्रति हमारी पार्टी का स्टैंड नकारात्मक तो नहीं हो सकता है, अर्थात सकारात्मक ही रहेगा। लेकिन इसके साथ ही यहाँ मेरा ये भी कहना है, यदि बीजेपी व इनका एनडीए इस पद के लिए दलित वर्ग से किसी गैर राजनीतिक व्यक्ति को आगे करते हैं, तो ये भी ज्यादा बेहतर होता है।
मैं समझता हूं कि जो एक्सरसाइज उन्होंने की थी सब पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज से, तो उसका लगता है कि एक फॉर्मेलिटी थी, क्योंकि नाम तो उन्होंने किसी पे चर्चा की नहीं। तो शायद वो किसी हमारे एक साथी ने कहा था एक पीआर एक्सरसाइज थी।
केवळ मतांचं राजकारण करणार असाल, मतांच्या राजकारणाच्या मध्ये शिवसेना कधी पडू शकत नाही, कारण मतांची राजकारण ही कदाचित पक्षाला जिंकून देत असतील पण देशाला रसा तळाला घेऊन जातात।
समर्थन देंगे नहीं देंगे, कैसा समर्थन देंगे इनको? तो आई एम श्योर इनको 2 बार राज्यसभा एमपी हम विकिपीडिया में भी देखा है, लेकिन जैसा हमारा नेत्री ममता दी ने बताया, क्या सपोर्ट देंगे, क्योंकि हम पहचानता भी नहीं।
Or Derek O'Brien saying, who is this gentleman? We don't even recognize him. Well, very soon he may well be the next president of India, because if you look at the numbers as of now, and right through the day we've been updating this numbers graphic, because increasingly more and more political parties have swung towards the NDA and have evinced their support for the NDA candidate Ram Nath Kovind. And if you look at the numbers on the screen as of now, 58% of the electoral college that elects the president, and remember this is a college made up of MLAs and MPs cutting across all assemblies in India, then 58% of them are with the NDA's choice. Just as recently as literally 20 minutes before we went on air, the Biju Janata Dal, which is sitting on the fence, has also weighed in for Mr. Kovind. So 58% takes them clearly over the halfway mark. The Congress and its supporters, who have still yet to announce a candidate, that's why the question mark there, are now down to only 35%. And those who are still on the fence, parties like the INLD or the Aam Aadmi Party, are just over 1%. So as we speak, at least as of now, unless something changes, which of course it can in politics, it looks like the NDA's candidate is comfortably through. Okay, let me now open up the debate. We have with us Rakesh Sinha, RSS ideologue. Thanks for being on the show. Priyanka Chaturvedi, spokesperson of the Congress. K. Kavita, Lok Sabha MP of the TRS. TRS has said they are supporting Mr. Kovind. KC Tyagi, Secretary General, spokesperson of the JDU, is also with us. So we're going to be getting you more live voices in just a second. But first, Rakesh Sinha, just a question to you, more of a kind of a biographical question as far as Mr. Kovind is concerned. Mr. Kovind, you were telling me earlier in the day, has a long association with the RSS?
Look, Sri Ramnath Kovind has been a Swayamsevak and he is a Swayamsevak. I think that his association with the RSS should be considered in three aspects. Right. One, he worked for the social justice with a different manner. You know, he believed in inclusive politics, unlike other Dalit leaders. He had created an aura among the Dalit society and he has been working for that. Second important thing is that he never used his Dalit identity for his political gain. Right. That is very important, that before becoming the governor or the presidential candidate of NDA, many people in public life didn't know what caste he belonged to.
Okay.
That is very important. And third important thing, that at this juncture of 125th birth anniversary of Baba Saheb Ambedkar,
right,
this is the biggest tribute to Baba Saheb Ambedkar.
But can I just ask you, Rakesh Sinha, that no, but Rakesh Sinha, can I just ask you? Can I just ask? Okay, you're saying it's a tribute to Baba Saheb Ambedkar. But can I just ask you that what do you say to those, Rakesh Sinha, those who say that this is tokenism on part of the BJP? That you found somebody essentially just to pander to the politics of identity.
Is, very vaguely audible.
Rakesh Sinha.
The political bitterness or the ideological color or political color to be part of the constitutional authority. He remained above every small feud for the big feuds in Bihar. That's why you just see.
All right. Okay. Let me just come back to you in just a second, but. If I can just go to Priyanka Chaturvedi. Now, Priyanka, as we saw with the numbers there, that we can put that graphic up on the screen again if you like, the Congress seems to indicate Ghulam Nabi Azad's words, fighting words, that they are still not averse to a fight, but you simply don't have the numbers. Are you still going to go for it?
No, it is not about it is not just about the numbers. Of course, we will work on the numbers as soon as we decide, when we take all our everyone who had joined us as an alliance as far as the presidential candidate was concerned. So we are going to consult them and we are going to come out with an alternate, hopefully. Having said that, we also need to understand, I was listening to Dr. Sinha here, where he said he never uses Dalit identity. I think that's a bit of a lie. Simply because when in Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Kalyan Singh, after Mr. Kalyan Singh, Rajnath Singh ji attempted to make him the next Dalit face of Uttar Pradesh. He did not win much popularity there, after which he went on to become the governor of, Bihar, etc. and was accommodated in various places.
Okay, but let me ask
reducing a presidential chair, reducing it to just identity politics, on the basis of, you know, winning some popularity votes just because they happen to be unpopular after whatever we've been seeing happening in terms of Dalit agitation all across the country.
No, but hold on.
Does not
Isn't that
the right?
No, but when you but can I just cut in? Can I just cut in and say that when you say that you've reduced the contest to that of identity, isn't that exactly what the Congress did with Pratibha Patil, who clearly was chosen for her loyalty? And in fact, there's a WikiLeaks cable dating back to 2011 when she was announced, which says that due to the ambiguities in the Indian Constitution, the President enjoys a certain amount of discretion in determining who she will tap to form the next government. Sonia, this is a reference to Sonia Gandhi, can take comfort in Patil's proven loyalty.
No, here are a couple of things about Ms. Pratibha Patil which perhaps none of the channels seem to have understood. She was a 4-term MLA in the Maharashtra Assembly. She held various positions, ministerial positions during the tenure as an MLA in Maharashtra Assembly.
She may have been, I mean, Mr. Kovind is a 2-term Rajya Sabha MP, but she was largely an unknown. She was a political lightweight who was essentially a party loyalist.
Please. No, please, we must understand one thing here. What do you identify as party loyalist? Is it somebody who has achieved her, you know, she's got a stamp of approval from the people of Maharashtra.
Right.
Wherever she stood for an election, she has won that election. So this is extremely unfortunate to reduce her identity to just being a loyalist. She has achieved in terms of winning elections.
Okay,
no,
let me bring in.
Please allow me to complete. Just allow me to
bring in
finish
KC
this.
Tyagi. Okay, let me, Kavita, let me just bring in Kavita as well as KC Tyagi. KC Tyagi, to you first. Now, I understand, sir, that the JDU is supporting Mr. Kovind. That's correct, yes?
No, we have appreciated the candidature of Shri Kovind ji.
Okay.
कोविंद जी इस समय बिहार के गवर्नर हैं
जी।
और 2 साल के अंदर उन्होंने एक्सीलेंट तरीके से तालमेल के साथ वहां पे काम किया है। हमारी सरकार को और हमारे मुख्यमंत्री को एक दिन भी उन्होंने अनकंफर्टेबल नहीं रहने दिया है। राजभवन को उन्होंने राजनीति का अड्डा नहीं बनाया है। उन्होंने जिस तरह से और राज्यों के गवर्नर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के एजेंट के रूप में काम कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने उस तरह से काम नहीं किया है। तो नीतीश कुमार जी ने उनके कैंडिडेचर को अच्छा बताया दैट ही इज अ गुड कैंडिडेट।
Okay, let me come back to you, Tyagi ji. I'll just come back to you in a second. I want to play a soundbite of Kailash Vijayvargiya, who's a BJP leader, when he was asked about Mr. Kovind's RSS background. I want to play that and come to you. Let's listen.
क्या उसमें बुराई है? आरएसएस क्या है? कोई पाकिस्तान का संगठन है क्या? हमें गर्व है कि हम आरएसएस के हैं और आरएसएस का व्यक्ति राष्ट्रपति बन रहा है तो ये देश के लिए गर्व की बात है, क्योंकि राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ ऐसा संगठन है जो राष्ट्रभक्ति और देशभक्ति लोगों के रक्त में होती है। ऐसा व्यक्ति अगर राष्ट्रपति बनता है तो बहुत गर्व की बात है।